In our daily lives, we are well practiced in the concept of code switching, going back and forth between levels of vocabulary and formality depending on the context of our communication. We have a different way of communicating with our friends, family, coworkers, supervisors, and professionals. We spend most of our time using less formal language, but we inherently know when to switch to more respectful language when talking to grandma or to the minister at church, and we try to use standard grammar when talking to a doctor or doing business with a social worker. College students learn that the language of everyday conversation is often too informal for the serious-minded and thoughtful nature of college-level writing projects. As a rule, informal diction should be avoided in college-level writing. Several specific examples of informal diction, such as slang and cliches, are covered more fully in other discussions in this module. Now, here are other examples of informal diction to be avoided. Colloquialisms. Colloquialisms are very informal words and phrases we use in our daily speech. They are often appropriate in your conversations with friends and family, but undermine the more serious tone of academic writing. Colloquial diction often relies on shortening forms of words, such as the use of contractions. Please do not use contractions in your college-level essays. Another example of shortening that should be avoided is clipped forms of words such as TV for television, prof for professor, and pic for picture. This also goes for informal spelling variations such as NITE for night, THRU for through, and so on. And for you NASCAR fans, do not clip off the G when writing the word racing. Continuing on the theme of shortened forms, exclude abbreviations such as NY for New York, FD for fire department, BTW, no text speak, or smiley face emoticons as well. Avoid symbols such as ampersand in place of the word and, or the percentage sign instead of spelling percentage. Spell out symbols for measurements such as pound, feet, and inches. A final example of informal diction to watch out for is regionalisms, words and phrases that are limited to use in specific geographical areas and are not widely understood by readers in other areas. In North Carolina, we understand the sentence, "I carried my mother to the store," means I drove my mother to the store. But a person from New Jersey may envision you giving mom a piggyback ride. That same person from New Jersey may ask his new North Carolina roommate, "Would you like to share a pie?" He probably does not mean apple or pecan. He is referring to a pizza pie. We should always communicate effectively given our situation. This requires us to move between levels of formality. When working on college-level writing assignments, remember to switch codes to the appropriate level of diction above the language of everyday speech.